Dave, just to see how your team battled through this one, the back and forth, and how you all were able to pull this one out tonight, how would you describe it?
Resilience. It wasn't a pretty game, to be quite honest. But we found a way to win. Got some hits when we needed to, made some pitches when we needed to, and here against this ball club, we'll take it any way we can get it.
What were you seeing from Dustin May? What do you think just kind of kept him off balance throughout this one?
I don't know. I think that, I think it's fair to say that I think emotions were a part of it. I think that trying to manage his emotions internally. This is the first big ball game that he's pitched in quite some time, as far as kind of on the road in this type of environment where you've got to sort of manage emotions. And for me, it was kind of the strike throwing, the command clearly wasn't there. And it was good to see him find his way, and I felt that his last two innings were his best innings. And that's the thing I'm really proud of, in the fact that, you could have waved the white flag and, had to really tax our pen, but he found a way to get through 5 innings and put us in a position to win the game tonight, as well as win a series. So for me, that was my message to him on the growth part of it. But it overall, sure wasn't great.
Talk about the atmosphere. Did it feel like you were back in October?
I just think that the fans, certainly, they're always into it. You get 2 good ball clubs. I think the way you saw Mike manage, and with some urgency and kind of the moves, and I wouldn't say playoff game, but it was intense. It was fun out there.
Eric.
How much of a boost has it been just having Andy be in the stretch that he's been in the last month and a half for you all? So 2 months, really.
Yeah, it's been great. We obviously have our cemented, solidified stars, but also to have a young player now you can kind of expect contribution from, and he's doing it consistently, getting big hits. Moment doesn't get too big, and it just adds that length where a lot of times they're going to pitch around some of those guys at the top of the order, but you need some guys to get big hits, and he's continued to do that, and he's got a good pulse.
Hae-Sung still hasn't faced that many lefties, but how do you manage that decision, like when to let him face them and what not to?
I think for me, it's with Hae-Sung, he's putting together really good at bats, versus left, versus right. I think I like the Matsui at bat, because it's not as much velocity, the ball down, spin with his swing, and I just felt Morahone has got more velocity, and I just felt that was going to be a tougher at bat for him. And giving Kiki an opportunity, he's got to be better versus left. That's just the way it is, and he knows that. So I want to keep him involved as well, and that was kind of the thought behind the Hae-Sung kind of pinch hit and why he did and didn't.
With Kemp, do you see him maybe getting to the point where you might trust him in some of those velocity matchups?
Yeah, I think so. As long as he keeps taking the at bats, but he's doing everything he needs to do. Connor, Mark, Bardo, they all kind of came together with kind of the medical or the performance guys, and saw some things in his throw, the delivery, that they cleaned up, and it got him back to what he does, and everything, the life to the fastball. The slider is short, sharp, and not as kind of rolly as it was. So I think that just the delivery got cleaned up.
Tomorrow being a bullpen game, do you still kind of feel good as to where things are, just considering the arms you had to use today?
Yeah, I do. We're going to activate Sauer tomorrow, so we had to send out Urena, but Urena was good for us. But we're going to activate Sauer, and then we'll figure out who's going to start the game or open the game. I haven't decided that yet.
Well, is this what you've come to expect just from this matchup between you guys?
Yeah, it's always fun games. Great environment. A lot of talented baseball players out there competing against each other. So yeah, just a lot of fun.
Pivetta has been excellent for them as of late. Just how were you able to get to him early and really kind of set the tone in this one today?
Yeah, we were able to get guys on, keep pressure on him. He had to make some pitches. We were able to execute, drive guys in, and yeah, we just did a good job.
Being able to answer back a couple times early, like how big is that, especially at the start of a series like this where there is going to be heightened emotions and that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's huge. They did it to us as well. So going back and forth a little bit early, beating up on the starters. D-May was struggling a little bit, but he was able to get through 5 innings. So yeah, it's just kind of a fun game. It's kind of how it went, and we went on top.
Does it feel like you just picked right back up from last October? First 3 innings, like the way he was back and forth, was just.
No, it felt like another game in June.
What were the relievers doing so well to kind of string together zeros there late?
Yeah, they were just executing their pitches, keeping guys off balance, and they did a really good job.
What are you seeing from Dustin today?
Yeah, he was just struggling with execution. Falling behind in counts. Didn't really seem like he ever found a feel for anything. That happens, but he was able to keep us in the ball game. Go out there, compete, eat up a couple innings, 5 innings, and keep us there.
Dustin, when you look at just this outing today, what would you say was kind of just missing for you out there on the mound?
A bit everything. Nothing was very good tonight.
With that, is there something that, can you take anything away from this outing that you kind of want to work on specifically that you want to go into the next outing with, or how do you approach it with that sense?
I'm just going to kind of scratch it. Nothing was really very good, so last few have been okay with command and stuff. Just today, everything was bad. Thank God the boys came to swing it tonight, and they definitely took my back and made it better.
Mostly the command that was the issue. I mean, the walks in the middle there kind of got you in trouble.
I think that coincides with command.
Or, other ways, not just the walks.
Nothing was being able to execute, so I feel like a walk is just as bad.
How have you kind of noticed the intensity between these two teams change over the time that you've been in the majors?
I feel like they're a good squad. You kind of view them as another opponent. It's not really a big difference.
How would it feel just for you personally to get back into just the intensity of a playoff atmosphere? Is that something you kind of, it's been a while since you've been in that situation.
Yeah, it's another game. I wasn't any more amped up than I would have been. Nothing was sharp tonight.